What is going on, guys? Randall Thor 19, the man with the million, back again with another daily video. I hope everybody out there is having a very, very good day. This is going to be my Microsoft and Xbox E3 prediction video. I wanted to get it out now, June 1st. I didn't want to wait till next week, and leaks started happening. I wanted to actually get my predictions out there without any of the leaks present, so this is going to be my video. I'm going to go through the whole press conference, talk about last year's, and then try to use last year's as a template for this year's. We kind of talked about this on the Xbox 2 with Jez Corden on yesterday's podcast. Check it out if you haven't. It's a really, really cool show. So anyways, you know, to properly kind of like understand this year's press conference, I went back and I watched last year's press conference to kind of get a sense of the number of games shown, the pacing, and things like that. So here's what last year showed. They opened up with Xbox One S. They went to Gears of War, Killer Instinct, Forza Horizon 3, ReCore, Final Fantasy 15, Division, Battlefield 1, right? Then they went into the Xbox Live stuff with Cortana, Clubs, LFG, and Arena. They went to Minecraft. You had the little trailer for the Xbox Design Labs for the controllers. You had a trailer for Inside. Then you had the ID at Xbox segment with We Happy Few, Gwent. They showed off Tekken 7, Dead Rising 4. And then finally you had the studios, Microsoft Studios Publishing. You went to Scalebound, Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2, Halo Wars 2, and then you ended up with Project Scorpio. So they showed off 17 games last year, and I know The Division was a DLC, Killer Instinct was just a new character, so not like full reveals, but they showed off 17 games, and I think it's going to be less than 17 this year because the Scorpio's going to be on stage, and that's the question, is how is Microsoft going to kind of start this year's E3 off? Are they going to copy last year's where they showed off that beautiful looking Xbox One S in a trailer and then have Phil come out and say Xbox One S starting at $299, blah, 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 blah? Here's my thing, and keep this in mind. If Scorpio is $500, I think they'll start the conference off with showing off the system. They'll show it off with a nice trailer similar to Xbox One S, and then Phil will mention the date and the price if it's $500, and then everything will go from there. So we already know Scorpio is going to take up a whole bunch of time. That is what everybody's been waiting for this year. That's what people want to hear more about. We already got the specs from Digital Foundry earlier this year. I still wish that they had an event in May to properly unveil the system so we wouldn't have to do this at E3, but hey, it is what it is. The reveal with Digital Foundry I thought was the second best option, so that's there. So Microsoft is going to have to sell the idea of Scorpio to a whole bunch of people. So they'll probably come out at the very beginning, talk about Scorpio, and say that all the games running, that all the games you see will be Scorpio versions of the games and things like that. And if the price is $500, that's when they'll mention it, right? And also, I'm kind of going to structure this by Xbox stuff, ID at Xbox stuff, third-party stuff, and first-party stuff. Because obviously, the whole structure, you can't really predict where things are going to be during the conference, because that's almost impossible to predict. So I'm just going to say what I think is going to be there and wherever it gets slot. So obviously, Xbox will talk about Scorpio. I also feel that we are due for a revision of the Elite. I think they will definitely announce Elite V2, David Preen's creation. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I think there also will be an update to Design Labs. So whether that's to work with the Elite V2, or maybe, who knows, maybe you could start requesting consoles like kind of Colorware does. That'd be kind of cool. But I think there'll be an update to the Design Lab stuff because that seems pretty popular. And of course, as always, more than likely, Mikey Barr will come out to talk about Xbox Live and their plans for the next year. Maybe even show off the new and improved, faster dashboard for Scorpio. But he will definitely be out there. Well, maybe not him, but somebody from the team will be out there to explain what they, their new ideas for the coming year, as they did last year with Cortana, Clubs, looking for group and arena. So they'll be out there talking about that stuff. So that's stuff you can look forward to from the hardware and the platform team, right? ID at Xbox. Of course, Microsoft is big with ID at Xbox. ID at Xbox is doing extremely well. They're obviously going to have a montage, as they always do. It'll be a couple minutes long. You know this. They'll probably also, they usually demo a couple games. Last year they had the trailer for Inside, and they demoed We Happy Few and Gwent. I think with Scorpio out, there won't be as many game demos this year, so I think they'll demo Ashen. I'm pretty sure we'll get a demo for Ashen that is a console exclusive that Microsoft wants to hype. So I think we'll see that. We'll see the montage, and during the montage, or maybe after it or something, I think they'll talk about Cuphead and how Cuphead is available right now. So Cuphead will be available right now. That'll be one of those kind of, hey, play it now type things. So Cuphead available now is one of my predictions. Now, this show also is going to be heavy on third party. And we're going to talk about third party right now. So Microsoft does have some deals, not as many as Sony, but I fully believe that Middle-earth Shadow of War, which just got delayed to October 10th, will be there, will be shown off. They'll probably talk about any exclusive DLC or whatever, but it'll be there to show off. They have a partnership. Ubisoft will be there. Assassin's Creed Origins will be shown off for the first time on Microsoft stage. They have the marketing deal for that game. Ubisoft wants to do it big with this one because this is the return of one of their biggest franchises. You know, Unity a couple years ago kind of brought the franchise down, and Syndicate came out, and it was a good game apparently from the people that had played it, but unfortunately the stink of Unity kind of was still there. So Ubisoft needs Assassin's Creed to be huge again. So that's going to be there on stage. I also fully hope and expect Splinter Cell to be there as well. I think the return of Splinter Cell is key. I hear Michael Ironside is back as the voice of Sam Fisher. I'm wondering how this is going to fit in with Ubisoft's whole idea of games as a service stuff, but I fully expect Splinter Cell. I expect the stage lights to go dark, and then maybe the green goggles to come on with the sound, you know, of him turning on the headset, like ding ding ding. Like I want that to happen. I will like definitely freak out, mark out when it does. So that's going to be there. Cyberpunk 2077. I think it's about time they show off that game. It's been a couple years since Witcher 3, so I think Cyberpunk 2077 will be on stage. Project Dylan from BioWare Edmonton, the actual BioWare, will definitely 100% be on stage and won't be shown off at EA's press conference earlier in the day. It'll debut at Microsoft stage. So, and from what I understand, it's a Destiny killer or their version of Destiny. So Project Dylan will be on stage. And I also feel there'll be a Japanese game on stage. You know, Phil's talk about getting Japanese support. I feel like Nier Automata is going to be announced for the Xbox soon, but I don't know if you want to waste any time with that. It's got to be a new Japanese games. So I'm going to make an off-the-wall prediction here and say that Monster Hunter will be on stage at Xbox. Not exclusive, just multi-plat, but, you know, an announcement to kind of further along Phil's commitment to getting Japanese games on the Xbox. So Monster Hunter on the Xbox, which then, of course, now we come down to the first-party stuff, and we'll talk about Minecraft. Minecraft's going to be there 100%. You know this. It's one of the biggest games in the world. Maybe they'll even talk about some of their AR stuff or HoloLens stuff with Minecraft again. But who knows what Minecraft's announcement may be. Very well could be that all versions of the game work together. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw like Minecraft, you know, like Xbox version work with iOS version or something like that. Like it kind of seems like it's going in that direction. But Minecraft will be there, and you can expect that. Now we get to the first party stuff. We know Forza Motorsport 7 is going to be there. I mean, it's a yearly franchise. That'll be there. I think that will release in September. State of Decay 2 will be there with the gameplay demo. Hopefully, I want to say that game's going to also launch in August, if I had to guess. I'm hearing good things about the game. Sea of Thieves will also get another demo. Maybe they'll show off some of the story stuff, but that game will finally get a release date, and it'll be next year, maybe April of 2018. It is definitely, for sure, not coming out this year. Crackdown 3 will be there. This is the first time we've actually get to see real gameplay for it. And I'm kind of waffling if it'll close out the show or if it'll be during the Microsoft Studios publishing thing. I guess it depends on a few factors, but Crackdown 3 has the chance to wow a lot of different people. We haven't seen a lot from this. They're doing a lot of interesting things. The destruction and the multiplayer aspect of it, I'm really looking forward to seeing what Crackdown offers, because Crackdown 1 was awesome and amazing and really unique for its time. Crackdown 2 wasn't good whatsoever. So those are the kind of 4 first-party games that we know of. I also feel that we're going to get a trailer for Fable 4 or a reboot of Fable with Studio Gobo. Microsoft just signed a partnership with them. I think it's time to bring back Fable. That is one of the cores of Xbox. So fully expect Fable 4 to be there. I also expect Microsoft to announce a new IP. They didn't announce a new IP last year, and I think they have to announce one this year. You can't go 2 years in a row without announcing a new IP. I think it is super important that they do so to show their full commitment to first party and new IP into the future. Now, whether that game's 2018 or 2019, I don't know, but they need to announce a new IP. The question is, of course, is it going to be on the scale of ReCore or the scale of, say, something like Horizon Zero Dawn? I don't know. Hopefully, though, they do announce it and it is a new IP, and we have to wait and see what it is. But I fully 100% expect there to be a new IP. You cannot go 2 years in a row without announcing a new IP. And then I also kind of feel with the recent news that they're going to announce some sort of partnership with Sega. In the conference call yesterday with the investors, they mentioned they got a huge influx of money and a partnership with a bunch of different companies, and one of them was Microsoft. So maybe Xbox and Sega have a partnership. Maybe we'll start getting exclusive games from Sega. Who knows what they're going to be? Bayonetta 3? I have no idea, but don't be surprised if they announce a partnership with Sega on stage at the E3 press conference. And then we get down to how it's going to end. And I mentioned this in the beginning where I said, pay attention to how this conference starts and where it goes. I feel if the price of Scorpio is $500, they'll give the price and the date at the beginning and then try to be like, sell you on the idea of it being $500. And showing the games to make it worth the price. However, if the price is $400, then I fully expect them to end the conference with, the recap of, hey, we showed you all these great games. We've shown you our commitment on the platform with the Xbox, with the Elite V2 and the Design Lab stuff, the new dashboard that the platform team's working on. We showed you great indie games with i8 Xbox. We showed you great third-party games with X, Y, and Z. We showed you our commitment to first party with announcement of a new IP, announcement with Sega. They'll go through that whole stuff, and then Project Scorpio will be the best place to play all these games, and we're happy to announce that Project Scorpio will be out October 22nd or 24th for the price of $399, and it'll be a mic drop moment. That's how they end the show if the system is $400. I feel they won't end the show if it's more than $400. If it's $500, that is not an announcement at the end of the show. That is an announcement for the beginning, but a $400 announcement is at the end. So if we start off the show without the announcement of Scorpio's price, and we're starting to go through the show, and it's about an hour in, and you still haven't heard the price, expect it to be $400, because I can't believe they would make the mistake of saying $500 at the very end, because nobody will applaud for that. If you announce $400 and a release date of October 22nd, the roof of the Galen Convention Center will blow up and people will go absolutely crazy for that price. That is a very competitive price, and that would say a lot of what Microsoft's strategy is going forward. So anyways, guys, that is my prediction. That is my outline for E3 this year from Microsoft. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm sure some of you are going to have some interesting things to say. Hit that like button because it really helps out the channel a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm planning on doing ones for Sony and Nintendo as well. Hope you liked the video, and if you did, hit that like button, like I said. And I will see everybody tomorrow with a new video. Later, guys.